everyone, Walter Tsushima here. Today's video is going to introduce a special educational series I'm creating regarding the Wajima Taisai, or the Grand Kiriko Festival of Wajima. Now, when I go out and I teach Kiriko Taiko, it's really fun to learn the rhythms and the stylistics, but more importantly, I think it's vital that we learn and understand the background of this taiko style, which directly stems from the Wajima Taisai. So, here goes. The Wajima Taisai takes place every summer in Ishikawa Prefecture, Japan, Wajima City, over the span of 4 days, starting on August 22nd and ending on August 25th. The 5 most important elements of the Wajima Taisai that we want to understand are, number 1, the mikoshi, which is a portable shrine. And I'll talk about that. Number 2 are the jinja, or the shrines. Number 3 are the Taimatsu, which are large torch lights, so to speak. Number 4, the Kiriko, which are large lanterns. And number 5, the taiko drums. Now, there's much valuable information to share in this special video series, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy as I begin by talking about day 1 of the Wajima Taisai, the Okutsuhime Jinja Taisai. The Okutsuhime shrine is religiously attached to a Shinto deity, or which is a divine spirit, that is enshrined off the coast of Wajima on an island called Hegura, which is located about 45 kilometers from mainland Japan. Now, the island is approximately only 2 kilometers by 1 kilometer in size and has a population over a little over 100 people. So you can just imagine how tiny this island is. You can pretty much walk the entire perimeter of the island in about 40 minutes, and I've done so myself. Now, this Okutsuhime shrine is actually registered on record as being one of the oldest shrines in Japan under the Engi Shiki. Now, the Engi Shiki is a book that contains like a massive collection of regulations, customs, and laws in 10th century Japan, which is around AD 905. And this was under the Japanese Emperor Daigo. So I won't get too much into, the Engi Shiki since we're talking about, the Wajima Taisai. But to give a brief explanation of what it is, the Engi Shiki pretty much contains many technical standards, costs, prices of commodities, lists of products and other worthwhile information for the history of science in Japan, which includes religious systems. Anyhow, back to talking about Hegura Island, it's actually unknown when exactly the deity became enshrined on Hegura Island, but according to oral traditions that have been passed down through the generations, the deity is said to have become enshrined during the period of immigration of fishermen at that time from Fukuoka Prefecture to Wajima. So I don't know if you guys know where Fukuoka Prefecture is, but it's basically located in Kyushu, which is the southernmost island in Japan. So these immigrants were fishermen, and were often referred to as the people of the sea. In Japanese, they're called ama, or umin-chu. I'll write the kanji right here. And historically, these ama from Kyushu, they traveled to Wajima seasonally to work in the thriving fishing industry there. And throughout the years, the ama fishermen from Kyushu gradually just settled down in Wajima, making it their home. And hence, the name of the town ama-machi was born. So one cool thing I wanted to mention here is that there's actually a couple dialects in Wajima. Of course, there's Wajima Ben, or Wajima dialect, And there's ama-machi ben or ama-machi dialect in Japan. And that specific dialect in that area where this Okutsuhime Jinja Shrine Taisai happens, that people in that area, they're mainly from Kyushu, from Fukuoka Prefecture. So they speak a different dialect. So it was really interesting to encounter that when I was there. Now, a very thought-provoking fact that I must mention concerning Hegura Island is that for its tiny size, it's actually home to 8 jinja, 8 shrines. So not only the Okutsuhime Jinja Shrine, there's 8. So I'm going to give you the complete list below, okay? So the first one, of course, is the main jinja, the Okutsuhime Jinja, okay? The next one is Kotohira Jinja, okay, and it exists to pray for safe voyages. Next one is the Ebisu Jinja, and it exists to pray for large catches and for a bountiful harvest. Next one is the Yasaka Jinja. Next one is the Benten Sha. Next one is the Owada Sha. Next, the Muta Jinja, and the Ise Jinja. So when I visited Hegura Island when conducting research, I found numerous stone cairns at various deliberate locations close to those shrines. So I was kind of wondering why they were there, and before that, I'll put up a sample image of a cairn right here. Now, if you don't know what a cairn is, basically cairns are erected as landmarks or trail markers on mountaintops, near sea cliffs and barren deserts, etc. But in the case of the cairns that exist on Hegura Island, I believe they were used for religious, ceremonial, or even like astronomical purposes. Not sure, but that's my hypothesis. So, like, why else would that many deities exist on such a tiny island? So that's the question that I have. So it's pretty much made me conclude that Hegura Island is the nucleus, so to speak, for deities to inhabit. And I can also now understand why the start of the Wajima Taisai begins with the Okutsuhime Jinja and Hegura Island. So now I want to talk about the why. Why does the Wajima Taisai exist? We've just finished talking about all the various shrines and deities. So next, I'm going to explain how it all comes together. So on Hegura Island, the deity that is enshrined inside the Okutsuhime Jinja, there is a female deity. And I just wanted to mention really quickly that there are several Okutsuhime Jinja in Wajima, not just one, okay? Anyways, in Wajima City proper, the deity that is enshrined there inside the Juzo Jinja is a male deity. So you might have some idea where I'm going with this, okay? The first day of the Wajima Taisai, August 22nd, is the one time out of the entire year where these two deities are able to meet. So basically it's an epic Shinto love story, okay? And their first meeting place is Soregahama Beach in Wajima. And this is where the Okutsuhime Jinja Taisai takes place.
I love the pink. Yeah. They're all the guys are dressed in like women's makeup.
It's a little difficult to see the mikoshi carriers, but if you try to look very closely, the male carriers are wearing brightly colored clothes, crimson colored makeup, and colorful fundoshi or loincloths. And I'll put a picture right here. Now this is indeed very unusual, and there is a method to this madness, however, okay? Now the reason the male carriers get all decked out femininely is to simply help in suppressing the strong feelings of jealousy the female deity expresses when she sees her lover, which, remember, is enshrined inside the mikoshi, being carried by the young, well-formed man. At this time, the mikoshi is then carried into the ocean in a Shinto ritual that's called Nyusui Shinji. The Nyusui Shinji. Now, attached to the back end of the mikoshi, if you see, is a thick piece of rope where the children on shore pull to provoke the mikoshi to return back, to come back. So this large-scale tug-of-war is said to bring plentiful yields, and the longer the mikoshi remains in the water, the better, so to speak. You'll get more good luck, more yields for your rice and your veggies and all that stuff. Now, when the sun sets, the mikoshi is then carried back to the okariya, which pretty much is a designated temporary resting place before it's taken out again the next day, where the Shinto ritual called Nyusui Shinji is carried out again. So that was day one of the Wajima Taisai, the Okutsuhime Jinja Taisai. But I'm not even close to being finished. There's 3 more days that we're going to talk about. So look forward to the next video as I explain day 2 of the Wajima Taisai. And in the meantime, feel free to check out the other videos on this channel to learn more about Kiriko Taiko and the style. Tell me what you thought of this video by commenting below, and if you liked it, go ahead and hit like and subscribe below to stay connected when new content comes out. Thanks and tato!